have so much in store for you. Thank you for tuning in. Just do us a favor by clicking on your share button so as to enable somebody get blessed from this broadcast. Quickly, I'd like you to welcome with me on this platform wonderful personalities that will become blessings to you. At my far left is Pastor Peter Godsent, and also Pastor Israel Oyedibo is here to be a blessing. Can you help us greet the viewers?
Good evening, viewers. God bless you. Good evening, viewers. You're welcome to the show.
We are talking this evening, or we're bringing to your knowledge, a topic that is titled Youth and Societal Decay. We are Nigerians, and this topic actually is something that we need to deliberate over and over again until we provide a solution. There is a way the Western world portrays us. There is a way foreigners portray us anywhere we enter, and we tend to reason it within ourselves to say, why would they portray us like this? It is true that the youth of this country have taken a very bad step and portrayed a very bad side of Nigeria to the world. And because of this, we want to raise up youth, and we also change that in the face of these people. We want to change the profile they have for us. We want to change the outlook they have for us. So quickly, let me bring the matter before these wonderful personalities who will then give us their opinions on the issue. So first and foremost, Pastor Peter, what do you your understanding about societal decay? What's your understanding? Let me just get a few minutes view from you. Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. My own understanding and the area we are really looking at tonight is especially the youth aspect. These days, no longer a news that the corruption in this country, in this society, is now becoming too much. And when you do a survey and you want to really check, majority of it is coming from the youth. Even if it's not really coming from them per se, but they are being used to bring these things to play. It's no longer a news to everybody. You see, every average youth this present time now wants to make quick money. That's a big one, a big decay to the society, and which is coming from the youth area.
And so you are trying to tell us that societal decay or decadence is sponsored by the youth, just the youth, or it has been like a continuous thing in the land, like and then youths are now taking the footsteps of our fathers. Is that what you are implying, or you are saying it's starting in the hands of the youth?
No, thank you, sir. It didn't really start in the hands of the youth, but it would have been able to be corrected by the youth.
Okay.
But youth are the one picking it up now, doing it more than the way our father even did it.
Okay, like the youth are upgrading.
Yes, sir. And it's making the worse. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, as you heard him already said one or two things about that youth and societal decay. I want to also bring the opinion of Mr. Israel on this issue. What's your take on youth and societal decay as pertaining Nigeria?
Well, I would say this matter is traceable to our parents, because before a child could become whatever he is, he was first of all given birth to by a man and a woman. And then whatever that comes into the memory of the child while he was growing up is what plays after he becomes a youth. And I would say that if this error must be corrected, we first have to look at how they are being brought up in the house. Because for a young man now this day to just become a twat or
set me free,
or become a mediocrat in the street is traceable to the background or the upbringing of that very young person.
Okay, thank you very much. Wonderful. Now, my audience will agree with me, my viewers will agree with me also, that the way Nigerians are portrayed outside the country, the way they are treated all as fraudsters. They are treated as fraudsters, they are treated as miscreants. They suffer in the hands of foreigners because of how the country has been portrayed. Recently, we have the news about the Nigerian who lives in Dubai, and he was arrested by FBI for fraudulent reasons. And that again has made the face of Nigeria before the world depreciate. The world has now finally decided that every average Nigerian is a fraudster. Now, with all these problems here and there, what do you think can be the solution? You have brought parenting as one of the problems, but then what's the solution? Because we keep complaining about the problem. If you travel abroad now, as you get to the immigration, the moment they ask you what country and they see your passport, they are from Nigeria, there's this segregated scrutiny. They scrutinize you much more than other nationalities. That means it is telling on our appearance there abroad. It is telling on businesses. It is telling on because naturally the internet is one of the biggest marketplace, but people will not trust doing businesses with Nigerians because of how Nigerians have been portrayed before the Western world or before the internet. So what is the solution?
Well, I feel the solution to this ongoing issue on ground, first of all, there's got to be a forum whereby parents should be brought under view, in the sense that before what is happening now started.
I mean, parents, please let us understand you well. A forum where parents will be gathered together and taught. How is that possible in Nigeria? Would that be possible?
Well, it could be possible if the government would also look into this, because in every country there is a head, there is a president. To every state there is a governor, and to every local government there is a local government chairman. Now, in all these areas, like the local government comprises of father, mother, and even foreigners, and even the state and even the country at large. So now, if the government would want to help, the first thing is to gather parents, talk to them, orient them, especially on bringing up children, in the sense that when they grow up, they should be able to be responsible for themselves. And then secondly, I feel the youth also need to be oriented and empowered. Traveling out from the country is not just where they could find greener pastures alone. While they are in their own country, they could find a better and a best greener pasture if only they can be oriented and if only they can be empowered.
Now let me quickly jump in there. You have hit some things that I want us to talk about. We just got started. And please, if you are watching, click the share button. Let someone get blessed. Now you have said parenting is one of the problems.
Yes, sir.
And that for that parenting solution to be gotten, the government has to gather parents and orient them.
Yes, sir.
And naturally, I feel our forefathers oriented their children in a very grounded way with core values, and these core values actually made them, live life in a way where there was no greed as it is now, there was no envy as it is now, it was not all about money as it is now. It was not all about money as it is now. So then, do you think it was the government that was involved at that time. I don't think it was the government. I feel it was the proper cover. It was the way everyone was brought up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it was the way they were all brought up. It was like major role.
Solution without the government is first we are the first solution without the government, because majority of this thing that is happening. We are the Nigeria of today, and the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the Nigerians of tomorrow. What we do now is what the name they are going to mention towards any Nigerian person. Like I was explaining, we as presently now, what is going on now is based on what have happened before. As a result of what have happened before. But presently now, the youth of these days, what we want to really check now. The youth of these days are like my colleague was saying just now, talking about parents. Yes, parents can bring a solution, but we can also bring a solution on our own. Because the thing is happening is a father and a mother can bring up a child very well. The corruption of these days is no longer based on parents. It's not based on government. It's based on their own lust. Every child wants to make money. They want to get it by all means. They want to ride the best car. They want to have the best house. Everything. They want to just do it, not knowing that there is a process. But if we, the youth, can really understand this, that there is a process to everything. You want to buy a car, you must first look for a good job that can give you good money before you can get that car. But not just you want to get a car without having a job. I don't think a father and a mother can tell a child when you grow up, even without a job, you are going to get a car. The majority were not brought up that way. The problem is with the youth.
Now there is a system that's supposed to take care of that, and that's supposed to be
Government. Yes, sir.
That's supposed to provide
Jobs.
provide basic amenities,
Yes, sir.
Better platform for people to function, and so on and so forth.
Yes, sir.
But in the state of, in the perspective where the government have failed, you are letting us know now that parents cannot do everything.
No, sir.
Okay. And let's know parents cannot do everything. Okay, which is wonderful. So what is your point now? You hit many things, but what's your point? What were you trying to let us know? That the individuals should understand that cutting corners is not part of this thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. In a scenario where parents are stranded and poor, stupendously poor, because if you ask an average Nigeria, why would you cut corners to get money? They will tell you that his parents are poor, nobody to help. Instead of him going on the street to steal, he has chosen to get wealth, whichever way it happens. Now, I've seen instances where people who used to work in bank became armed robbers. I've seen that instance. I've seen instances where when the government retrenched workers, or maybe like they did in Benin some time ago, they took away bike, what we normally call Okada,
Yes, sir.
from commuters, and at the end of it all, it increased fraud, it increased crime, because while the government took that, which was the source of their income from them, they didn't give them proper things to do to actually catch up or continue the expenditure runnings in their families. You understand what I'm saying?
Very well.
So in the light of that direction, what would you say? What would you say if the person has a legitimate excuse to speak? What would you say is the preferred solution?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Like I will start from myself. I am not from a rich background. I was not given birth by rich parents. I came from a poor background, which I will not let it be so. I grew up and discovered that I lost my father at a tender age, just my mom alone and my elder ones. But I discovered that there was nothing happening. At a time, what I did, I went to learn something, which is aluminium fabrication, to see how I can make myself useful. From there, try to gather something, and I got admitted into university. Try to put one thing or the other. There was a time I was talking to some, or was privileged to talk to some youth. I told them, if I tell you now that there was a time I took core class to go and clear in Benin just to make money, you will not believe. They were laughing. I said there was a time I did it. Why? There were people that were stealing then. I discovered that stealing is not the best thing. Because many people want to come up with the excuse that I was not having father, my father have nothing to do, that's why I have nothing to do, let me just go and steal. No. There are still things to do. There are business to do. Even when government remove the Okada stuff, there are still things to do, even beside that. I still stand on the ground that poverty is not an excuse for this youth society decaying. It's not an excuse. We can still change it. We, the youth, can still change it. The reason why it's prolonging because we, the youth, we are not ready to change. We are taking it up from where our parents, some of the parents, or not all of them. It continues, but it can be stopped if we are the one that also stop it. Not leaving the parent outside of it and leaving the government outside of it. We can change it. Because no matter what the person will come up with, I'm not seeing that as an excuse. Poor background is not an excuse. Nobody to help me is not an excuse. You can help us. There are orphans I know that are making it today. They have no parents. They grow up, discover they have no parents. They have to put it on their hand to make it alive, to raise a good generation. That kind of person who nobody helped decide to help himself. I don't see a way he can raise up children that will not be able to be a good example to the society.
Okay, now in the course of your conversation, you made mention of going to Benin to clear. Now let's take for instance, you as a student you have school fees to pay. And how much is the school fees? How much was your school fees?
53,000 naira.
53,000. And how many farm will you clear to get 53,000?
I
just hit the nail on the head, sir.
Okay. Then I was not in school. Then when I used to.
Now let's take for instance when you were in school, the situation arose that you needed school fees to pay, and there was nothing. Will you advise yourself to go and clear a farm to get 53K? Because I believe clearing a farm, there are enough farms you have to clear to get that 53,000.
Exactly, sir.
Okay. So what would your advice be?
Okay. My advice is for those that are already in it. If you know there is no enough around you, no need of. That's the problem. Everybody wants to go to school when they don't have finance to go to school. In that moment, then they can't do anything. What you have to first do, I didn't enter school there because I knew if I enter, there will not be help. I finished my secondary school year 2005, and I entered school year 2013. Not that I didn't see people entering university. I know if I enter, there will not be help to go. I decided to go for other things. Then I learned a handwork. From there, I was doing other things to wait till when I'm now financially capable to enter the university. People are entering and cutting corner because they enter, of other persons are there.
Okay, that's wonderful. And then one of the things you have to understand also is when you enter into university and you become a graduate, it's like an added value.
Yes, sir.
Nigeria as a country do not treat the graduates the way they treat the illiterate, yes, or the person who has no BSc certificate, yes, or MSc or whatever. There is this societal rating. There is this privilege that they enjoy that other persons do not enjoy. Okay, I guess that's why everybody wants to be a graduate. Everyone wants to go to school. And like in the family area where I grew up, every parent even brags to say that yes, I have 4 graduates, I have 5 graduates, I have 7 graduates. Yes, not because of what the results can bring for them, just because they want to see we have graduates in our families. Anyway, what you have said is nice, what I've said is correct. Please, if you are watching us live online and you have your contributions, questions to ask, please do not hesitate to do so. Just drop your questions or your contributions and it will be read out. And please, if you want to call through, it is a number which you can call right now. Plus 234 90 234 7462 262, sorry. Please, I say it again. Plus 234 90 234 74626. Call in and then everyone will listen to your conversation or your contribution. God bless you. So now, still in the subject matter, yes, sir. We are aware that the Nigerian image outside the country has been portrayed in a wrong manner. Yes, you go to countries like Dubai, you go to countries like United States of America, UK, you go to South Africa, most countries that are very developed. Nigerians have entered there, they have invaded the place. Now, should we say, I heard people say, anywhere in Nigeria enters, whether the place is hell, the Nigerian will prosper there. There is this I cannot be defeated mentality. There is this I will not give up mentality that most Nigerians have. There is this I will not bow mentality. I must get their mentality. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Could it be that kind of mentality that is being manifested out of the country and it makes the people believe that these ones, they can do anything to get money? Let me get from Mr. Israel.
Well, in this issue, I would say that when Nigerians get to other countries and they just made up their mind and say, no matter what happens, I must make it. Because one, nobody travels out and then want to return back empty-handed. Now, the first mindset they travel out with, one, there is a poor family that needs to be taken care of. There are siblings in the family that need to go to school, even if they themselves do not go to school, but they will want to do everything possible to make sure their siblings go to school and their parents are well cared for. Well, that is not even the issue. The issue is how they make the wealth which they want to use to accomplish this mission. Now, getting to this country, there are laws in the country in the sense that anything that has to do with criminality is totally out of the concept in a country, even in Nigeria. But what I've come to discover is that as far as a Nigerian youth gets to a foreign country and has made up his mind to say that I'm going to make it whichever way, anyhow, I must make it because I don't want to return back to my country empty-handed. Well, I feel in this matter, our mindset needs to be worked on. This mindset of going to another country and start doing all manner of things just to get money because of some kind of situation in the country where you came from, I think that mindset is totally wrong. Because if you think about it very well, getting to this country and then you start doing things you ought not to do, you indirectly bringing a bad name to your own country.
Just 1 minute, we have a caller. Hello?
Hello, good evening. I'm calling from Ehimark.
Hello?
I'm calling from Ehimark. My name is Rafi
Okay, you're calling from where?
from Ehimark.
Please reduce your device with which you view us so that we can hear you clearly. Yeah, what
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we missed the call. I believe you will call back. So what you were saying is, see, let's be candid with ourselves. Nigeria is a country,
Yes, sir.
we are its citizens.
Yes, sir.
Now, if Nigeria was good for us, we would have stayed.
Exactly.
If Nigeria was okay, or if the opportunity to blossom was in Nigeria, we would have stayed. There are just few openings in Nigeria that you can venture into, and if not helped, you will also run out of it.
Yes, sir.
Openings like politics,
Yes, sir.
openings like oil, the oil sector, and a few other sectors in Nigeria. So if Nigeria was a balanced country, like you know, I heard on the news that South Africans, only 0.8% of South Africans travel out of the country. And I said to the people, I called in and said to them, why would they travel? They have everything at their beck and call.
Yes, sir. They
have everything at their beck and call. In the days of Zuma, Jacob Zuma as president, there are dividends paid. If your family is more than 6, they start paying your family.
Yes, sir.
Monthly. We do not have any of those things here. In South Africa, you can pay for mortgage a house. You can buy a house from government and pay for 40 years. In South Africa, you can buy a car for 10 years. We don't have all those dividends here in Nigeria. We are lacking them here because the government and selfishness and so on and so forth has taken toll on its people. So if you are saying that this you shouldn't go out to do all of these things, okay, what level playing grant has been given to them in Nigeria as a country? If you own an ice cream business, which is supposed to be very lucrative because of season, and you don't have lights, you will run into debt and become the one that has been arrested and jailed for indebtedness. You will take loan for businesses and you will run into debt and at the end start running for your life. So because the government and the system that is on ground has not given Nigerians a level playing ground, that is why Nigerians go out of the country to look for greener pastures. When you go to Italy, for instance, you discover in Italy, okay, the call is coming, please, just 1 minute. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling?
My name is Mr. Daniel Ogbajona. I'm calling from Cairo, Egypt.
Can you increase your volume, please?
My name is Mr. Daniel, and I'm calling from Egypt.
You are calling from Turkey?
From Cairo, Egypt.
From Cairo, Egypt?
Turkey. Yeah, from Turkey.
You are calling from Turkey, okay?
Yes.
What's your contribution, please?
Yes, I just want to contribute that the work going on over there is really great.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying what Apostle Philemon is doing and his team.
We are not hearing you clearly, sir. I'd like you to end it and call back, please. Because of
Okay, I will do that. I will call back.
So he called from Turkey,
Yes,
and the truth of the matter, like we have said, the Nigerian system is poor.
yes, sir.
Every government comes with the mantra that, okay, we want to cause change. Because Nigerians are yearning for change. Some of us have traveled out of the country and have seen what little countries have been able to achieve that Nigerians do not have. Little countries have achieved it, but Nigerians don't have at all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So in that veil, this is where we need solution.
Okay.
This is where we need solution.
Yes.
The system in Nigeria is not working. So when you blame people for doing what they're doing, also consider if actually the nation has given them an option. An option. Thank you very much.
Well, I will come in this time and still, this will still boil down to, like you said, sir, that the country system is very poor.
Yes.
And the government, they are not even helping matters. Right now, I would still like to say this because I don't think in every country there are presidents like South Africa, like US, and all these foreign countries. These countries, they are well organized and everything in the country is in order. So I will come back to Nigeria, our country. Nothing is organized, nothing is in order. And for this to be corrected, so that our youth will not start traveling out to other countries and start bringing bad news to this nation, Nigeria, I think the government system of this country need a renewal. It needs to be resetted. That's what I feel, because the people in the office are not just, I don't think they have the country in mind. Because if they really think about what other countries are saying concerning this very country, I believe by now they should be able to cause a change and then do something good that will help the youth, so that nobody will leave this country and come back with a bad name to the country or with anything that is out of concept. So what I'm saying in essence right now is, if the people of this country...
The caller is calling.
Okay.
Hello, please.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. Your name and
Hello?
where you're calling from. Hello, what's your name and where you're calling
Okay. I am Pat. I am calling from Turkey. I am really enjoying the topic being discussed. You spoke about the society, and the origin of the society is the family. The family has a role to play in the upkeep of the children. Has a lot to... Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. We're hearing you clearly.
Okay. That the society, before you talk about the society, you have to talk about the family. The family is the main bone of the society. And when we talk about, you mentioned something about the government in Nigeria. Yes, the government in Nigeria has no landscape, nothing at all for, with no basis for its youth. But where I'm calling from, the youth will not travel out of the country because the government has put in place things that will make them to be contented.
Yes.
You own a house in this place, even if you are paying rent in the place. When you pay to your landlord for a certain period of time, the government will give you the house. Say you have paid enough, and that is enough for the money you have paid is enough for the owner. So the house now belongs to you.
Yeah.
You have shelter for yourself. You will not think of going somewhere else. You have everything. When there is scarcity like this period of the coronavirus, the prices of food were brought down by the government. Food were made available for people who cannot afford it for themselves. Those are plans that governments are supposed to make, and that makes the country to be what it is. That would make the children, the youth in the country, to think positively of themselves and not going to other countries to start fraudulent activities. So please, the government in Nigeria has to do a lot. When you say life, in this country you can stay for years, you will not be able to a blink of life, because the only when you have a blink is when your card is finished. Then you can find it, replace it. But in Nigeria as a country, you can stay for months without getting a life. And this electricity has cost a lot. Business are going down. There is nothing that can make the youth to be happy to stay in that place. Electricity is part of your life. But when it's not available, you don't plan. A country that cannot provide electricity for youth or for its citizens will not be able to help you to develop your business. So this is causing a lot of problems. That is why the youth are running away. They don't mind going to other countries to suffer. But at the end of the day, they will still come back home, living happy, send money to their family for upkeep because of the time and energy they are putting into that country where they are. They are helping to develop that country. And at the end of the day, their own country is going down the drain because the government has no plan for them, which is very bad. So thank you very much. I appreciate what you're doing. And we are seeing Nigerians. I'm calling from Turkey.
Calling from Turkey.
Yes.
Okay. It's a pleasure hearing from you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. We appreciate your work.
Everything you have said is wonderful. We love you. Thank you. God bless you. So you heard what she said.
Thank you very much.
You heard what she said.
Thank you.
She's also complaining. obviously Nigerians are also complaining of what is happening.
Yes, sir.
Now the government has failed, obviously.
Yes, sir.
And these are people who are supposed to provide basic amenities for us to thrive. We shouldn't blame, obviously, there is a way we can not put all the blame on these youths that travel. When you go to Europe, Nigerians are selling drugs. When you go to some other countries, Nigerians are into fraud. Nigerians are doing this and doing that. One of the reasons is because they don't have the level playing ground back home. An average Nigerian is a hustler. We were brought up to be independent. So that independence that we are brought up to, oh please, another caller is on. Good evening, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Rafi. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay.
Sir, you see this youth societal decay we're talking about. If 20 million Nigeria youths called now, they will start hitting on one point: the government. And sincerely and genuinely, why we are hitting on the government is this: they have taught us education. We went to school. They told us you are the leader of tomorrow, and the platform they are making on ground, putting on ground, is not encouraging us, the youth, that if we follow that platform, we will end up not meeting our destinies.
Exactly.
That is why you see, we youth, we go extra length. Let me not remove myself. Extra length that you see a Nigeria youth, it's so fraud. You see Nigeria youth taking the risk, crossing the sea, trekking outside the country by land. Why? To put a smile on the family's face when he has a government. Now you see, it has gotten to a point. We no longer regard the government. We no longer regard the country, because they have promised a lot of things, and no point is coming out of it, and no future. So we are not really encouraged. So the
Let's say business circle now. You want to get money to enter it and invest into government and get money back. Nigerians do not take government as any good thing anymore. I understand you, sir. I understand.
okay. Now, if we are to go into business as it stands now, as a youth, we'll be looking at the income of the government, we'll look at the income of the business, according to what we're supposed to have achieved in life. You cannot be expecting a youth of 33, 34, 35 that is not married to go and start doing a business at the end of the day, going home with 500 or 1,000 naira. No, it's funny. Now, okay, which business? Now, if you're talking about business, where will the capital come? Where will the capital come? So the easiest way is, okay. Now we Nigeria youth, we are good at doing a hard work. Now, if you are doing this hard work in your country, Nigeria, it will not pay you. Take the pains, go out of the country, go and do the hard work there, bring the money back home, it will have value. Now looking at it, now we still fall back. So sir, please, I don't really know how we go about it. The most painful partner is the future of this country. Now tomorrow, all these leaders, they will pass away. We the youth now will now come into power. Now what are these that put into us that we are going to exhibit in future? Fraud, corruption.
Now let me ask you a question quickly before we got to go. Let me ask you a question.
Okay, sir.
You know all of this. What are you doing in Nigeria?
Sir, I'm hustling. I'm into three different jobs in Nigeria, and yet I'm still struggling for surviving.
If you had the opportunity to travel, will you travel?
Yes, sir.
You will run.
I will run. I will beg for a stay, not to even come back. Yes. Amen. Thank you, sir.
Okay. That was wonderful. Oh God. He wants to run. May God give you visa in Jesus' name. You see, okay. If it's abroad, you don't, when they give you visa abroad, you don't testify in church, because for them it's not a breakthrough.
Yes, sir.
If you are a UK citizen, you can go to the US.
Yes, sir.
For at least 30 days, you can be in US for free. before you go back to your country and then come back. But a US citizen can go to the UK and spend whatever time he wants to spend. A German citizen can enter any country without a visa. Visa at the point of arrival. Visa at the point of arrival. Somebody else is calling, and this like an okay. Let's hear from you before the break. Please, your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Philemon, and I'm calling from Cairo, Egypt.
You're calling from Cairo, Egypt. Your name is Thomas, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're calling from Cairo, Egypt. Okay, what's your contribution? This one, Nigerians are living the
yes.
They are going abroad.
Yes, because there is no hope for leadership for the youth in Nigeria. If the youth think they want to, which as the adage says, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, if the youth decide to say they want to wait for that adage, they will all end up growing old. Because the structure in Nigeria is not for the youth to be the leader of tomorrow. The structure is for the old men to still remain there as leaders. So that is the structure for the old men to continue. That is the structure they laid down, not for the youth. The youth are not the leaders. So the youth have to leave the country for their daily bread outside. Because if we want to wait for the platform, look at all. They are the workers. We are the laborers. There is no future in the presidency for the youth in Nigeria. I don't think that. If a youth cannot, in the name of a summary, I'm not a politician, is the youth. He has focus. But what happened? The still old men that love the seat, that love the power, they still want to remain there. Why will the youth keep stressing going to Libya, passing through desert, passing through hardships just to get daily bread? Come to Egypt. Come and look at the desert in Egypt. Come and see what the government is doing in Egypt. Come and see how beautiful this desert is. We have fertile lands in Nigeria, but there is nothing done over there. We cannot even grow trees. In this desert, they grow trees, they plant trees, they water the trees, they make it grow, and there is shelter. If you come to this country, you see tomatoes. Tomatoes, there are big tomatoes you eat over here. But in Nigeria that we have, what do we call it? Landscape or whatsoever. We cannot even feed our nation. I am ashamed.
That's a wonderful one, sir. That's a wonderful
I am ashamed. Who will say, who will help us? Bye-bye, sir. Thank you for the wonderful work you are doing.
Thank you very much. And bye-bye from here in Nigeria. So, we've heard all the callers, Nigerians who are abroad from different countries. They are calling to tell us that coming to Nigeria is like coming to hell.
Yes, sir.
Because the government have not tried at all. So, we are going for a 3-minute break. When we come back, we will continue from where we stop. Please gather your questions. If you are calling, quickly call us after we'll come back from this break. Thank you very much.
I'm not mistaken if I say God dwell in your house. It's not a mistake.
Yes, sir.
You know why? God dwells in your house, but the evidence is not in your family.
Yes, sir.
God dwells there, but there's no evidence.
Yes, sir.
I see somebody with mic.
Yes, sir.
Wait. The person is praying, speaking in tongue, and is even tired now.
Yes, sir.
Who is Paul?
My other brother.
Paul. Speaking in tongue. It's not just him. I see Philip.
Yes, sir. My younger one.
A graduate.
Yes, sir.
Is he from AAU?
Yes, sir.
You know College of Medicine?
I graduated from Med Lab, College of Medicine, sir.
When I look in the realm of the spirit, I see your destiny.
Yes, sir.
It's a massive destiny. It's so great.
Yes, sir.
But you are so young to have such a great destiny. You are so young in the sense that as I look at you in the realm of the spirit, I see the hand of God upon you.
Yes, sir.
Because next month, August 8th,
my birthday, sir.
Your birthday, August 8th.
Yes, sir.
I see the hand of God on you. The hand of God is on you.
Yes, sir.
As I'm talking to you now, you're a young guy.
Yes, sir.
1994.
That's my
You were
date
born
of birth.
1994.
Yes, sir.
I see a certificate, and I saw a surname like a father.
That's my son, sir. Father, sir.
Surname is a father.
Yes, sir.
But the name I'm seeing after it looks like a Benin, like Nosa.
No, sir, Kari. That's my name, sir. No, sir.
Your
Yes,
name is
sir.
Nosa.
Yes, sir.
And I saw something like that looks like an exam that was written. An exam.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking around. It was not written in. I see myself in Benin. As I get to Benin, I'm still along the express, Lagos Express.
Yes, sir.
I get to Okada.
My school.
Okada.
Igbenedion
You
University.
attend something like Igbenedion University.
University.
You attend Igbenedion University. You
Yes,
wrote
sir.
the exam there.
Yes.
But I saw that the lockdown is like something that is delaying.
Yes.
Okay. Can I mark your result and give it to you here?
Sir.
I saw you in a place where what you are doing is at stake. I saw challenges and battles surrounding you, especially when it has to do with finances. Yes, this has been a problem over time. You gather, you scatter, you start paying debt. The Lord said it got to a point. This man was contemplating suicide. You want to kill yourself. You want to kill yourself. Don't kill yourself.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Philemon Ehimark. Something humongous is about to hit the airwaves, something magnanimous. The Spirit of God has given us leverage to open your eyes to the manifestations of the prophetic. It is important you be partaker of this 2-day encounter on Zoom. We're going to be doing it on Zoom. I'd like you to know, ladies and gentlemen, there are truths about the manifestations of the prophetic that you have to be partaker of. You must understand that it is important to note that you can have a car and not know how to drive that car. Many have these giftings, but they do not know how to wield the giftings to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil for the benefit of the church. It is important you understand the deep truth, the foundational knowledge that you need to garner so as to enable you wield the prophetic gift in its depth of accuracy. I'd like you to know that being part of this 2-day encounter will change your spiritual perception and will upgrade your reception on how the Lord can use you to become an impact maker to your generation. Make out time to be part of us. And how do you do so? You call the number that is being scrolled on the screen, or send us a mail from whichever country you are. Send us a mail and we'll reply you and give you the modalities on how things are going to be done.
Hello, welcome back to Eben TV, and the talk show continues. In the next few minutes, we're going to be calling it a day, but quickly, we want to appreciate all those who have called in. We want to appreciate those who have actually contributed to this wonderful broadcast. Your contribution is appreciated. Now, as a wrap-up, we have already agreed the government have failed. Individually, what would be your advice to us now? Let's cause a change, a revolutionary change.
Thank you, sir. We already are aware the country itself has failed. Then, as the callers were calling, I began to pick some certain things there. We are aware. Traveling is not the problem. We can travel and do good there. We have been hearing Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are fraudsters, Nigerians are this. It will continue if we still follow the footsteps of those that make it look so. Now, individually, we can change it on our own. Like I said earlier, those are not excuses. Though they are very valid to an extent, but we can decide to make a difference so as to give Nigeria a good name in future. My own to provide solution to this general problem. One, first, they have to come from us. We have to take a decision. I know I have friends who steal. I have friends who do all those things. I decide not to do those ones. Why? Because I know the outcome. I know how it will tell on my children when I'm no longer here. And second solution, I will quickly say because of time, parent as well. The area I'm looking at the parents is this. You know you don't have enough money. Why giving birth to so many children? That's a bigger problem. Parents, I'm not talking to the parents now. I'm talking to upcoming parents. You are getting married. You know you are receiving 100,000 as a salary, or your income in your business is 50,000. Then you and your wife should come to a compromise of, okay, let's give birth to the children we can train. Parents end up giving birth to 10 children. At the end of the day, nobody to train them. In that aspect, they decide to go.
What number are you in your family?
I'm the last born.
Number.
Okay, we are 8. 8 in the family.
Your father is not training.
No.
Your mother is not training.
No.
So obviously, you are speaking from that perspective.
From that perspective.
So that means if my father have the money to train 10 children,
give birth to 10 children and train them. It will help the society.
Now the culture where that govern where we were all brought up, your mother has no right to tell your father you want to stop giving birth. Culture has also affected that statement.
Yes.
If you say that's the truth, but culture, when your father tells you you have to give birth again, your mother will tell you, your mother will go back to the house and they will bring another wife quickly, as soon as possible. But then, as an added-on, what you have said is the right thing. As an added-on, you have to stick to the children you can provide the future for. Do not make them the problem the society now has by just giving birth to them and, pouring them on the street. Let me put it like that.
Yes, sir.
Letting them loose. Go and fend for yourself. You will raise armed robbers, you will raise kidnappers, you will raise touts out of those children. So it's important, like the man of God just said, you give birth to those you can train, so that at the end of it all, they will become valued entities to the society. Thank you very much. Now, what is your addition?
Well, sir, I would oblige to that which my colleague just spoke about. I think families these days who want to start life, like a youth boy, a youth girl who wants to come together in holy matrimony and start life as a married man and as a married woman, should first of all have plans. Should first of all picture the kind of family he wants to raise or she wants to raise, and the kind of children he or she also wants to raise. Now, if this is put into consideration, I believe they will cut their coat according to their size. If the man is working and the lady is also working, then I believe putting hands together, they'll be able to make things good and smooth for their family. And secondly, I would say, like the other man who called and said he had 3 shops here in Nigeria, I feel that young man is totally independent. He's not depending on the government. He's not even depending on the parents. So the youth of these days, one of the problems is that they are not just patient or don't want to learn anything. But I feel that the best or one of the solutions to eradicate this nonsense going on in the country, that other countries are not giving this country a very bad name and a very bad record. I feel we ourselves, the youth, should be able to do something good with ourselves. We should be useful to ourselves and also useful to the country at large. Like that young man who had 3 shops, I believe he can't just control those 3 shops at a time by himself. So I feel now that he has rented those 3 shops, there should be workers employed by him whom he pays. And I feel those ones, they are earning from him to earn a living every month. So I would say that we can do something useful and something better with our life and with our destinies. I feel we should hold our destinies by our hands and make a decision that we must live a good life and a very good legacy for our unborn children. So that is what I think.
Thank you very, very much. It was a pleasure having you guys on this live broadcast. Then I would then give my own counsel, my own opinion as a Nigerian that I am. For all the viewers, please note that a time is coming where we will stand to power, speak truth to power. We will not just speak it, we will stand by the truth that we speak to power. Because the government of this day are not supposed to be where they are now. They're supposed to be retired. And let youth with drive come on board to change the status quo of this country. We have the biggest religious venues that house the largest crowds. We have impact in so many areas, but still the flaws of Nigeria, there is no other country that has it. It is important we sit down and then decide where changes should come. The religious circle needs changes, the government circle needs changes, political scene needs changes, and these changes can be profiled by each and every one of us. You and I will stand up to truth and stand up to power. And at the end of it all, we'll get a better future set for our kids. Thank you very much for viewing. And this is Event TV. Click on the share button and make sure somebody is blessed by this wonderful transmission. God bless you and see you next Saturday, same time. Cameroon. Okay. Okay. What's your contribution?
What's contribution? I'm still calling. I don't know. I just told the number now, but I want to know.
Thank you very much. Thank you for viewing. God bless you.